All right, it looks like we're about 2 minutes out from the beginning of the first robot game. Our first match here is Team 11, Coral Canyon Elementary Lego X, and Team 4, Gunnison Valley Middle School, GVMS The Beast. All right, teams, you have 1 minute to set up, beginning now. Not working.
Not working. Timer's not working.
That's the 30-second warning. Oh, we're going to start over. We're having a timing issue. All right, your setup time has just started again. Looks like you got 54 seconds, but it looks like these teams are ready to rock and roll. You ready? All right, teams, are you both ready? Team 11, you ready? Team 4, you ready? Okay, here we go. And in 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, let's see what these teams can do today. Those of you who haven't watched the Lego game before, the robot game before, they've got to move out onto that playing field and complete any number of tasks. Various structures to be manipulated, things to be moved. All right, Lego X is having greater success here than the Beast. Some technical difficulties over there they're working through really quickly. Let's see what they can accomplish. There's a total time of 2.5 minutes out on the playing field. And it looks like right now we're down to about 1 minute and 20 seconds. Nicely done. Lego X. One of the tasks today is moving these little structures out onto the playing field into any one of those circles. We're down to 40 seconds of play. The 30-second warning, teams. Lego X is still moving out onto the field. Oh no, a little technical difficulty. It's all right, guys, you got 15 seconds. What can you manage in those last few seconds? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Let's hear it for these two teams, Lego X and the Beast. Nicely done. All right, we've got the 1 minute setup time beginning for our next match, beginning now. Our next matchup, we've just got a single team playing right now. This is team number 3, Fantastic Dragons, sponsored by Washington County 4-H. Getting their robot all set up. This white area in the corner of the playing field is the launch pad, so you'll notice the robot begins there and then moves out onto the playing field to complete the tasks. That's the 30-second warning. Fantastic Dragons. And we're down to 15 seconds until we begin our 2.5-minute play time. All right, everybody count with me. 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, let's see what this team can accomplish here. Moving out near the crane, a couple of tasks which can be completed at the crane. It doesn't look like they were successful. Back to home, they're going to retool their robot and attempt another task. Back to the launch pad there in the corner of the playing field. They're going to move some of the building units out onto the playing field. Now these are color-coded, so you'll notice they're manipulating the tan-colored building units there. They can get the maximum number of points if those end up in the tan-colored circle. But any of the circles will count. Oh, perfect, right there into the tan circle. Nicely done. You'll notice that on the top of those buildings, they also had some sustainability upgrades. That's worth some extra points. All right, going for those red building units. Got another sustainability upgrade. Let's see if they can get those out into that red circle. And it looks like they've done that. Nicely done. Let's see what's next for the Fantastic Dragons. All right, some more building units. Another sustainability upgrade going for the smaller black circle. And successfully done as well. Nicely done, ladies. Back home with their robot. Gonna change the apparatus there on the front to complete another task. Back to the launch pad. Let's see what they've got in mind now. This is the innovative architecture piece that they moved out, also into a circle. Nicely done. And we're down to about 30 seconds of play. It looks, however, like they may be done. Yep, they have completed everything they want to do. So let's hear it for Team 3, Fantastic Dragons from Washington County 4-H. Nicely done. Our next matchup over here on the other table, this is between, let's see, we've just got team number 2 out here. This is Super Bot Brothers, sponsored by Hurricane Intermediate School. And we've got about 45 seconds before we're scheduled to begin. 10 seconds, sorry. It's all right. Well, you guys ready? All right, we'll give you your 1 minute setup time here in just a moment. And your 1 minute begins now. We've got some scores up there for our first match. 75 points for Lego X from Coral Canyon Elementary. 65 points for the Gunnison Valley Middle School, The Beast. Congratulations to both of those teams. All right, team number 2, we're down to 30 seconds of setup time. This is a fairly complex robot we've got here. Again, this robot is in the launch pad area, and it has to be deployed from that location out onto the playing field. Let's see what these guys have in mind. All right, 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, out onto the playing field. Let's see what we're attempting first here. Heading straight across the board. And, oh my goodness, you'll notice that all of these building units, nicely done, they lost one of their sustainability upgrades, but they managed to move a number of those units out into that circle. Now they're going to get extra points because they're stacked on top of one another. The trick here is going to be manipulating other elements of the playing field without moving any of those units. Oh, that was close, but they made it back home. All right, going to switch out some pieces of their robot. All right, back to the launch pad. Let's see what they've got in mind next. Looks like they may be heading for the crane. Yes, they are. A couple of different ways to get points here. Oh, they just missed the lever there. They're going for the second lever. So you'll notice that the levers raise and lower the blocks. Nicely done. All right, coming back home. We're down to 50 seconds of play. Let's see what Super Bot Brothers have in mind yet on this match. All right, a new apparatus on that robot, back to the launch pad. All right, we're down to just under 30 seconds, moving quickly across the playing field there, headed for the traffic jam. Oh, they attempted to flip the traffic jam out of the way, didn't quite get it. They've got about 15 seconds left to go. I think they're going to try it one more time. Let's see if they can do it. And down to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and they missed it again. 1, and time. All right, let's hear it for Super Bot Brothers. All right, our next matchup here is between Team 1, the Incredibots, sponsored by Hurricane Intermediate School, and Team number 10, the Coral Creators from Coral Canyon Elementary. Let's see what these teams have in mind. All right, your 1 minute setup time begins now. All right, there's your 30-second warning, teams. Getting their robots there at the launch pad. Looks like the Coral Creators are setting up some of those architectural units, going to move those out onto the playing field. Not sure what Incredibots have in mind. All right, 3, 2, 1. Lego! All right, 2.5 minutes of play here. Let's see what these teams can do for us. Some issues there with Incredibots. They're going to set up and try it again. One of the pieces of the robot had some problems there. Let's see these guys. Over here, Team 10, the Coral Creators, they've successfully moved some of those architectural units out into one of the circles. Let's see what they're going for now, setting up for another task. Oh, you can see over there, Team 1, the Incredibots, successfully manipulating that crane. Oh yeah, well done, Incredibots. They've moved the blue block down onto the second block. That's worth significant points. Oh, nicely done. Let's see what they've got in mind next. Retooling that robot there. Credibots heading for the traffic jam. Oh, they're going to pass the traffic jam. Where are they headed? Oh, nicely done. Headed over to the elevator, which they manipulated. And the swing. Good job back to home. Good work there. All right, Credibots getting some of those architectural units set up. Looks like they're going to move some of those out onto the playing field. You'll notice that they've got one of those sustainability upgrades on top of those blocks. Again, that increases the points possible for this particular move. Meanwhile, the Coral creators have some technical issues here. We're down to 30 seconds, teams. Let's see what you can do in these last few seconds of play. Ooh, nicely done. Moved a big stack of those units out onto the playing field. Going to go for a second set. We're down to just under 10 seconds, teams. And they're moving out. Let's see if they can get those into one of those circles. Yeah, right on the edge. And we are out of time. Let's hear it for these teams. Nicely done. Looks like we've got some more point totals up here. Fantastic Dragons, a score of 280. Super Bop Brothers, 230. Some significant points being accumulated by these teams. Looks like our next matchup over here is between teams 6 and 7. We've got the Ice Bots, sponsored by Washington County 4-H, and the Pink Fluffy Unicorns from Diamond Valley Elementary. All right, your 1 minute startup time begins now. 45 seconds left of the setup time. See what sort of strategy these teams are going to employ on this match. It's like both teams are going to move out some of the architectural units there. 30 seconds, teams, 30 seconds. Notice that the eye spots here are stacking up those architectural units with some of the sustainability upgrades on top. Getting ready for some moves later in the game. We're down to 7 seconds of startup time. And so we're 3, 2, 1, Lego! Oh, the ice spots went first for the traffic jam. Shifted that up out of the way. The key there is that it moves up and stays up, so they were successful in moving one of these unique architectural pieces out onto the field into that black circle. It's going to get them some points. Looks like Team 7, the Pink Fluffy Unicorns, having some technical difficulties here, getting their programmer in there to look at the robotic unit, see if they can make this work yet. We're down to just under 2 minutes of play. The ice bots, in the meantime, are going to move out their first stack of architectural units. And here they go across the board, headed for that red circle. What's going on? Spinning around. Oh, got hung up on that traffic jam. Oh, in the meantime, Pink Fluffy Unicorns, they moved the elevator. That's going to give them some points. They flipped that over. Nicely job. All right, Icebox, they're going to have to retool here. They weren't as successful as they hoped they might be. See if they can claim some points yet. Gonna go for another one of the stacks of architectural units. Looks like Pink Fluffy Unicorns are doing the same. Those architectural units with some of the sustainability upgrades. All right, the Icebox. Oh, they moved them out. They didn't stay stacked. Still some points to be accumulated there, though. Back to the launch pad, retooling their robot. Oh, nicely done here, Pink Fluffy Unicorns. Out to that red circle. They were successful there. And we're down to 30 seconds of play, teams. 30 seconds. Pink Fluffy Unicorns out to another circle with their units. Oh, they just missed the circle. So close. The eye spots, they're headed across the playing field. All right, this is known as the safety factor. And the goal there is to, depress that architectural unit without knocking it off. It needs to stay on those blue bars, which it looks like it is partially done. Oh, I don't know what happened to time, but we are time up. What happened there? All right, let's hear it for the eye spots and the Pink Fluffy Unicorns. Ah, there's our time. A glitch. It's all right. All right, next up we have got Team 8, the Diamondback Defenders, up against Team 5, the CVMS Cougars. And your 1 minute setup time begins now. All right, let's see what these teams have in mind. Both in the launch pad area, getting their robots set up, as well as any manipulatives that they might use to try and deploy the various elements of the game board. We're down to 30 seconds of setup time, 30 seconds. Looks like Team 8, the Diamondback Defenders, are ready to go. Standing back calmly. Team 5 now looks like they're ready to go as well. Both teams ready to deploy their robots. We're down to 10 seconds. And in 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, the Cougars were attempting to go for the traffic jam there. Looks like they didn't quite complete that task, got hung up instead. Correction, they were headed for the swing and got hung up on the traffic jam. Back toward the swing right now. Trying to press that lever to get the swing to move. They weren't quite successful. Hung up on that traffic jam again. Got a minute and 45 seconds of play yet. Team 8, the Diamondback Defenders, maybe some technical difficulties here, but they're headed back out onto the playing field. Let's see what they're headed for. Meanwhile, Canyon View Middle School setting up their next task. Oh, here we go. Team 8 out onto the field. Oh, to the elevator. Nicely done. CVMS attempting to manipulate that crane, and they weren't quite successful. Back home to retool, and then to the launch pad. Both teams now on the launch pad, setting up again. The Diamondback Defenders headed out for the swing. They made contact with the swing, but weren't able to set the character swinging. CVMS tried to do the crane again. It's not quite working. Oh, there we go. So the Diamondback Defenders were able to liberate the swing there. We're down to 30 seconds of play. 30 seconds, teams. See what they can accomplish in these last few seconds of play. Back out toward that crane again with the CVMS team. Attempting to press those levers, didn't quite get it. In the meantime, the Diamondback Defenders, they're at the traffic jam, trying to lift, and we're down to 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, let's hear it for the CVMS Cougars and the Diamondback Defenders. next matchup is between, let's see, we've just got Team 4. GVMS The B3AST, Gunnison Valley Middle School. Going to be back out here in just a minute. Here comes Team The B3AST. Just waiting okay from the referees here. All right, your 1 minute setup time begins now. All right, down to 30 seconds of setup time, 30 seconds. They're getting these architectural units set up. Just a reminder, they get more points when those things are stacked higher. All right, team, you've got 7 seconds before the game begins. An architectural upgrade there. 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, very good. They were able to move one of those design and build units out onto the playing field into one of those circles. They've got these architectural units now stacked up. I'm going to push those over to the black circle near the crane. Out they go, and they were very successful there. Nicely done. Again, stacked nice and high with the sustainability upgrade on top. Significant points to be gained there. And it looks like they may have completed all the tasks they had planned for this particular round. All right, let's hear it for the Beast. Nicely done. All right, next up on the other playing fields, we've got a matchup between teams 3 and team 11. Team 3, the Fantastic Dragons. Team 11, Lego X. Looks like they're almost ready to go here. Just waiting for an okay from the referees. And we've got it, so a 1 minute setup time beginning now. Always fun to watch the strategizing that goes on with these teams as they anticipate ways to accumulate points. We're down to 30 seconds of setup time, 30 seconds. Again, Fantastic Dragons and Lego X, we're down to just over 10 seconds of setup time. All right, everybody count with me. We begin in 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, 2.5 minutes of play. Fantastic Dragons out manipulating that crane. And they brought the block down, nicely done. Still waiting on Lego X to make their first move. Still tweaking their robot just a little bit. Precision is key here if they're going to accomplish the task the way they plan. In the meantime, the Fantastic Dragons getting some of those architectural units set up. Again, with one of those sustainability upgrades on top, are headed out there to the tan-colored circle with those tan blocks. Nicely done. Right into the circle and back home. Oh, in the meantime, we missed Team Lego X here, moving a whole stack of architectural units out into one of the smaller black circles. Looks like Team Lego X is happy with their performance. They've got a couple of stacks of those units out there. Fantastic Dragons moving another stack of units out to the red circle. And it looks like they're going to retool and continue to play. They've got just over a minute of playtime left. More of those architectural units in the front of their robot. See if they can get them out here to this black circle near the crane, which they successfully did. And now back home, still 50 seconds left to play if they want to use it. Looks like they're going to go for it. Retooling that robot yet again. From their design and build units here. Oh, innovative architecture, excuse me, which they moved out into a circle. Nicely done. 30 seconds of time yet to play. Oh, it looks like both teams are satisfied with their performance. The referees are going to score. Let's hear it for Team Lego X and the Fantastic Dragons. Our next matchup here, we have got teams 2 and 10, the Superbot Brothers and the Coral Creators. We've got a few seconds yet before the 1-minute setup begins. 15 seconds yet. We're going to try to keep on schedule here. All right, and your 1-minute setup time begins now. Again, we've got the Superbot Brothers going head-to-head with the Coral Creators here. And although they play at the same time, it's worth noting that it's all about points. So they're really competing with themselves. We've got some additional point totals up there on the screen. Some of the round 2 scores coming in there. All right, 30 seconds, teams. 30 seconds left of your setup time. All right, and we're down to 8 seconds. And we begin in 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, both teams moving out onto the playing field. The Coral Creators have already moved some of their architectural units out into one of those circles, setting up for their second task. In the meantime, Superbot Brothers moved a gigantic stack of architectural units out to that red circle. Some of the sustainability upgrades there, as well as some innovative architecture. They're moving out near the tree house. Not sure what they're attempting to do here. Oh, careful there, we don't want to bump that table. Oh, they were attempting to put some of the blocks on the top of the tree house. It's a very challenging task. Doesn't look like they were quite successful back here at home to retool their robot. In the meantime, the Coral Creators setting up a good stack of those red architectural units. Going to head out onto the playing field for that red circle. Oh, it didn't quite make it there. So they've got 2 stacks of units in circles, but not the third. Going to retool there. In the meantime, the Superbot Brothers are over at the crane, and they depress the lever and move down the blue block. I think they were attempting to move the other blue block underneath first. Looks like their order of operations was backward. Super Bot Brothers retooling here. We're down to just under 50 seconds. Just under 50 seconds. Some strategizing here on the part of the choral creators trying to decide what it is they want to do next with the remaining 30 seconds of play. Super Bot Brothers, in the meantime, are headed for the traffic jam. And they've lifted that. And it stayed. Nicely done, team. Just under 30 seconds. Just under 30 seconds. Super Bot Brothers are now headed over for the safety factor. Moved some of those blue arms and kept that architectural unit standing. That's key for points there. Trying to depress that swing. Oh, moved the elevator. And we're down to 1 second and time. All right, let's hear it for the Super Bot Brothers and the choral creators. Nicely done. All right, we've got a single team for this round, the Incredibots. And Incredibots, you have 1 minute of setup time beginning now. All right, Incredibots, I dig those superhero costumes you got there. The masks and everything, capes, they look pretty cool. Right now, they're getting their robot there into the launch pad, getting their attachments on that robot, getting ready to play. 30 seconds, Incredibots, 30 seconds. Bye. 15 seconds left of setup time. All right, we're getting close to the beginning here. 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, headed straight out for, oh, I thought they were headed for the crane. Oh, they still are, right there to the crane. To manipulate those levers ever so carefully to press that block. Block came down. I think they were attempting to stack on top of the other, which they didn't quite do. They did depress those and got them to the blue circle. Nicely done. Retooling that robot with a new attachment. Let's see what they've got in mind next. Notice how different team members have different jobs here. That's key to success, allowing different members of the team to have specialty areas on the board. And they're headed out there for the traffic jam. Oh, they're going to move past it, past the traffic jam, out toward the elevator, which they flipped. Nicely done. And, oh no, so they were trying to, oh, they got the swing, so they missed the safety factor, but they got the swing. And back to home, retooling, just over 1 minute of playtime left, Incredibots. One minute, Incredibots. 1 minute. Oh, those architectural units are stacking up there. Again, just a reminder for our audience that they get more points if those are stacked high in the air. Of course, that's more difficult to do. Oh, they got a whole stack there in the black circle. 40 seconds. What are they going to do now? Ooh, another big stack of architectural units with a couple of sustainability upgrades there sitting on top. Tricky. Oh, 30 seconds, Incredibots. We're going to head across the board there. They're heading for that red circle. Let's see if we're correct. Here they go, heading for that red circle. They're there, and nicely done. And we're down to 5 seconds of play. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Let's hear it for the Incredibots. Stellar performance there, Incredibots. So next up, we've got the Icebots going head-to-head with the Diamondback Defenders. Looks like they're still back in the pit, getting their robots ready. We'll get them out here and get this next game underway as soon as we can. Again, the Icebots and the Diamondback Defenders. Here they come. Let's hear it for the Icebots. Diamondback Defenders still missing in action. Here they come. All right, let's hear for the Diamondback Defenders. All right, we got both teams here. Referees, are we ready for the setup time? All right, team, your setup time begins now. 1 minute of setup time. Both teams strategizing here, trying to decide what move they want to do first, as well as doing some preparations for future moves. That seems to be key for accumulation of points here. No time to waste. Gotta be ready to go. Down to just over 30 seconds of setup time. 30 seconds. Oh, there's R2 giving us our signal. Let's see what the Diamondback Defenders and the Icebots can do here. Again, 2.5 minutes of play time. Not a lot of time to accomplish a number of tasks on that board. And we're down to 10 seconds of setup time. All right, everybody, count with me. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right. Diamondback Defenders moving out onto the board right away. Getting hung up on a couple of different units that weren't able to accomplish either task. That sometimes happens. The Icebots, on the other hand, still tooling their robot with an attachment. Let's see where they're headed first. They're headed out for the traffic jam, and they easily flipped up the traffic jam, got that out of the way. Some points accumulated for the Icebots. Diamondback Defenders attempting to liberate the swing, and they weren't quite successful there. Oh, nicely done, Icebots. Moved out some of their innovative architecture into that black circle there near the crane, retooling that robot, moving out into those architectural units with a sustainability upgrade. Diamondback Defenders still having some problems here, technical issues. Getting hung up on some of those items out on the playing field. Looks like they're headed for the elevator this time. Just weren't quite lined up. So close. Back getting tangled up in that traffic jam. In the meantime, Icebots moved out a big stack of red architectural units to the red circle. Had a sustainability upgrade there on top. Significant points to be accumulated there. Moving another set of architectural units into the front of their robot. Diamondback Defenders attempting again to move out onto the playing field, trying to manipulate the safety factor item on the board. Weren't quite there. Oh, the Icebots moved out a big stack. They got some into the circle. Unfortunately, lost some points there because they tumbled. And teams, we're down to 30 seconds to play, just under 30 seconds. Diamondback Defenders are going to attempt this again. Setting up. Back over the safety factor and the swing. Yeah, unfortunately couldn't liberate that swing. The ice bots were able to liberate the swing, but the robot got hung up, and we are at time. All right, let's hear it for the ice bots and the Diamondback Defenders. All right, our next matchup here between Team 7 and Team 5. Your 1 minute setup time begins now. Let's see, Team 5 is the CVMS Cougars again. And Team 7, the Pink Fluffy Unicorns. Just over 30 seconds of setup time. All right, 30 seconds, teams, 30 seconds. Got some point totals up there. You can see that the Super Bot Brothers are currently in the lead, followed by the Fantastic Dragons and then the Incredibots. And we're down to 10 seconds of our setup time. And we begin in 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, both robots moved out of the launch pad immediately. Pink Fluffy Unicorns coming back to the launch pad, trying to retool. Looks like they moved some of those architectural units across the board. Moved them a little too far, just outside of that circle. Canyon View Middle School team attempting to set up again. Pink Fluffy Unicorns got some of those architectural units. Oh, they're going to retool their robot here. Let's see what they're going to do. Canyon View Middle School attempting to manipulate that crane there a couple of times. Weren't quite successful. They're going to retool their robot with another attachment. Head back out across the board. Oh, nicely done. Pink Fluffy Unicorns were able to flip the elevator there. Got a little bit hung up on the traffic jam. That thing really is a traffic jam for many of these robots. Retooling their robot with an attachment there on the front. Canyon View Middle School doing the same thing. See what these teams have in mind. CVMS headed for, oh, they just missed that traffic jam by just a few millimeters. Pink Fluffy Unicorns, oh, pushed those architectural units out across the board, headed for that red circle, didn't quite meet or make the circle. I think they're going to try to hit him again. Let's see what they've got in mind. Canyon View Middle School attempting to do that traffic jam again. Flipped it up but weren't able to keep it. Oh, nicely done. Pink Fluffy Unicorns able to move those architectural units into that red circle. Some strategizing on the part of both teams here. We're down to 30 seconds of play. 30 seconds. Team 7 here, the Pink Fluffy Unicorns. Oh, attempting to move some more architectural units into a circle. Went a little too far. Canyon View Middle School heading over for the swing. Oh, not the swing. Oh, they're headed onto the, oh, I think they were headed on the bridge. Got hung up in the treehouse. 10 seconds of play time. 10 seconds. And we're down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Let's hear it for the Pink Fluffy Unicorns and CVMS Cougars. All right, so we've got a few minutes for a break here. Our next match begins at 2 o'clock, right on the hour. First up is Team 5, Canview Middle School Cougars. So they're going to have just a couple of minutes to retool their bot and get back out here onto the playing field. So we'll take a quick intermission. In the meantime, you can check out the point totals there so far in our robot game. Super Bot Brothers from Hurricane Intermediate School still on top, and followed by Fantastic Dragons and the Incredibots. Some pretty significant point totals there. It's a pretty exciting game so far today. All right, folks, so just another reminder, our next match begins at 2 o'clock, and that is just going to be Team 5, the Canyon Middle School Cougars. That match will be followed by a match between Teams 11 and 6, Team 11, Lego X from Coral Canyon Elementary, and Team 6, the Icebox, sponsored by Washington County 4-H. Just a couple more minutes left of our little intermission here. All right, here they come. Team 5, the CVMS Cougars. Another 30 seconds or so before we begin. All right, Cougars, your 1 minute setup time begins now. The 30-second signal, 30 seconds of setup time remaining. Bring that robot into exactly the right spot. Ten seconds of setup remaining, 10 seconds. All right, everybody count with me. 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, headed right off across the board, first thing. Looks like they deployed the wrong program back to the launch pad. Try that again. Get the robot set up there. Again, the starting location is critically important if they're going to get to the correct location on the board. Little apparatus on the front there in the right position. See if they can get the right program this time. Headed out toward the swing. Yes, very good. We're able to release the swing. Accumulate some points there. Headed back home. Good. Retool that bot. Going to head across the board this time. Probably toward the crane, it looks like. Let's see what they have in mind. Headed toward the crane. Oh, trying to depress those levers on the crane. Weren't quite successful. It sounds like they're going to try again. Back to home, and then over to the launch pad to set up. Order of operations is incredibly important here for these robots. Everything has to happen at exactly the right time and in the right place. Meanwhile, we're down to 1 second, or excuse me, 1 minute of play time. Over there to the crane again. Trying to depress those levers and just not quite getting it. Try it again. And missed again. Oh, they're going to retool. We're down to just over 30 seconds of play. Just over 30 seconds, Cougars. Going to get some of those architectural units in the front of their bot. Multiple layers allow them to accumulate more points. One of those sustainability upgrades. Looks like they're going to head for the black or the blue circle. Not sure which one. They're near the crane. 15 seconds. 15 seconds, Cougars. Going to deploy this next program, headed for that black circle, and they were able to get some of those in. We're down to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time. Let's hear it for the Cougars from Canyon View Middle School. All right, next up, we have got a head-to-head match between Team 11, Lego X from Coral Canyon Elementary, and Team 6, the Ice Bot, sponsored by Washington County 4-H. All right, teams, your 1 minute setup time begins now.
Hey, you got
right, both teams setting up here on the board. Both teams have their robots in the launch pad, and both teams manipulating some of those architectural units. 30 seconds, team. 30 seconds. All right, iSpots have been a lot of prep work there. All right, we're down to 10 seconds of setup time. Let's see what these teams can do for us here in this next head-to-head match, which begins in 3, 2, 1, Lego! iSpots immediately heading for that traffic jam, which they were able to lift and keep up. That's good. If that falls back down, they don't get the points for that. They've got it up and kept it there. Meanwhile, Lego X, they're headed out, moves some of those architectural units over to the black circle near the crane. Nicely done. Oh, and Team 6, the iSpots, they were able to move some of their innovative architecture over to that black circle near the crane, and they're retooling their bot. Going to put one of these big stacks of architectural units there in front of a crane. Sustainability upgrade there on top. Oh no! Same thing happening over there for Lego X. They were trying to move some of those red architectural units across the board. Didn't quite make the circle. Oh, nicely done, iSpots. iSpots moved that big stack to the red circle. Going to move another stack, it looks like now, back to the launch pad with their robot. Meanwhile, Lego X getting their robot set up there again at the launch pad. I'm not sure what they have in mind. Let's see what they're planning here. Oh, another set of those architectural units. Oh my goodness, nicely done, iSpots. A big group of architectural units out to that black circle. Careful the table there, careful the table. Oh, good job. Lego X were able to move some of those architectural units out to that red circle, or the black circle. I think they're done. We've got just over 45 seconds of play. The iSpots heading out across the board. Oh, goodness, they hit their stack of architectural units. I think they're still safe. Trying to deploy that swing, and they didn't quite do it. We're down to 30 seconds of play. And it looks like both teams are done, so we'll go ahead and score. Let's hear it for the iSpots and for Team Lego X. That's the official end of that match. Meanwhile, on the other game table, we've got teams 10 and 3. Team 10, the Coral Creators, and Team 3, the Fantastic Dragons, going head-to-head here in just a little bit. We're trying to stay as close as we can to time here today. Referees, we ready to go? All right, the 1 minute setup time begins now. All right, Fantastic Dragons and Coral Creators. Both strategizing here in terms of both their robot design and the attachment units, as well as those architectural units. It's all about city construction this year. So those architectural units, get those all set up. 30 seconds here, 30 seconds, teams. Down to 15 seconds of setup time. Coral Creators look confident, ready to go. All right, count with me. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, both teams have their robots immediately out on the board. Coral Creators are able to move some of those architectural units to the black circle. In the meantime, the Fantastic Dragons were able to depress the lever for that crane and lower the
blue block down onto the other one, stacking them on top of each other. It's a difficult move. Coral Creators moving another set of architectural units out to another circle. Looks like the Dragons, Fantastic Dragons, are going to attempt to do the same now, moving some of those architectural units out. They've got a sustainability upgrade on top of their units. Yeah, tan blocks in tan circle, and red blocks in red circle for the Coral Creators. Both teams doing very well here, accumulating significant points. Let's see what else these teams have in mind. Looks like the Coral Creators may be satisfied with their performance. The Fantastic Dragons still attempting some additional points. A lot of red architectural units there out to the red circle. Well done, their robot back home. And they're going to keep going, retooling that robot. Careful strategizing by these young ladies, trying to decide what moves they're going to do and in what order. Looks like they're being very successful this round. Another bunch of architectural units up to that black circle near the crane. And we've still got a minute left to play. Let's see if they have anything else in mind. Yeah, retooling that bot. Another attachment there on the front. So they have a piece of their innovative architecture made out of those white Lego bricks coming out here onto the board. Looks like they're headed for that small black circle near the treehouse. And they successfully got that there. Down to 30 seconds to play. Looks like both teams are satisfied with their performance, so the referees will begin scoring. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Coral Creators and the Fantastic Dragons. Fantastic performances by both teams there. Our next match is just a single match. We've got Gunnison Valley Middle School, The Beast. And we're going to wait just a moment to get back on time. Round 3 scores coming in there on the board. You can see where these teams are ending up there. All right, so the 1 minute setup time for Team 4 begins now. Let's see what this team of beasts can accomplish here. Again, some strategy involved here as they set up those architectural units, stacking those carefully on top of one another. They get points for levels as well as color in the right circle. Looks like they're ready to go. 30 seconds left of setup time. All right, Team The Beast, you got 15 seconds until the match begins. 2.5 minutes of playtime. Ladies and gentlemen, count with me. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, The Beast out onto the board. They've got their innovative architecture out into that small circle near the treehouse. Back to the launch pad, picking up one of those big accumulations of architectural units. Looks like they're going to head to the black circle near the crane. And super successful there, no problems whatsoever. Again, they've got a sustainability upgrade there on top. It remained intact. That's going to give them some additional points. And they're going to head across the board now. Let's see what they have in mind for their next move. Looks like they're going to take some more of those architectural units out toward the red circle. Red units in red circle, that's where the points come in. Successful deployment of that robot right to the circle. Nicely done. Back to home. An opportunity to retool that robot. They've still got over a minute of playtime if they want it. And it looks like they're satisfied with their performance. Let's hear it for the Beast. All right, next up we have Team 1, the Incredibots, going head-to-head with Team 8, the Diamondback Defenders. Incredibots back out here with their capes and eye masks, digging those uniforms today. And here come the Diamondback Defenders. One team member. All right, Diamondback Defenders, where's the rest of you? Here they come, here they come.
Now stress level over, you just get to sit and watch now. First question,
We've still got a few seconds before setup time, so no big rush here. We'll get everybody organized.
It's a good thing we weren't starting early.
All right, looks like we're ready to go. So these two teams, your setup time begins now.
So we'll be doing inspections and stuff, so yeah, you have
Again, we've got the Incredibots and the Diamondback Defenders going head-to-head here. Getting the robots all ready to go. And some planning for the future there, especially on the part of the Incredibots there, getting those architectural units all stacked up. 30 seconds, team. 30 seconds of setup time. Ten seconds of setup time. 10 seconds, teams. All right, everybody, count down with me in 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, both robots immediately moving out of the launch pad. Oh, very well done there. Diamondback Defenders are able to switch the elevator. It looks like they're getting hung up, though, on the safety factor. Coming back to the launch pad, going to start over, try something different. Incredibots going to head across the board there, see what they have in mind.
Nobody's even attempting it.
Oh, yeah, here we go, back toward the crane. We'll have to rotate that crane. I think they're going to, oh, there we go. Oh, lever came down, dropped that block, didn't quite stay on top of the second block. But they've moved the blue block into the blue circle. That's going to give them some points. Retooling that bot. Diamondback Defenders headed back across the board. Looks like they're trying to deploy that swing. Got hung up there, weren't quite successful. Back to the launch pad to try again. Incredibots retooling their bot. Let's see what they've got in mind. Looks like they're maybe headed for the... Nope, they're not. I thought they were headed for the traffic jam, but they're not. They're coming straight across the board. Oh, we're able to flip the elevator. Nicely done. And, oh, a little hung up there on the safety factor. Yeah, but they freed the swing and back home. Well done. Meanwhile, the Diamondback Defenders are able to move some of those architectural units out into that small circle there in the middle of the field. Looks like they're going to set up and try to do the same in one of the other circles. We're down to 30 seconds of play, teams. 30 seconds. Nicely done by the Diamondback Defenders. Moved some of those tan architectural units out to that black circle near the crane. All right, we're down to just over 10 seconds. Incredibots coming out with a whole stack of architectural units. Successfully got those into the circle, and we're down to just a couple of seconds, and that is time. Let's hear it for the Diamondback Defenders and the Incredibots. All right, next up we've got Team 7, which is the Pink Fluffy Unicorns, going head-to-head with the Team 2, the Super Bot Brothers. Looks like the Pink Fluffy Unicorns are confident and ready. And we're missing one of our staffers here, so we need just a minute to get them ready to go. All right, teams, your 1 minute setup time begins now. Super Bot Brothers and Pink Fluffy Unicorns head to head here in this next match. Okay. 40 seconds of setup time remaining. 40 seconds. $30 seconds of setup time remaining. Again, we've got the Pink Fluffy Unicorns going head to head with the Super Bot Brothers. Super Bot Brothers stacking up an enormous quantity of those architectural units. See if they can successfully move those. The game is going to begin here in just a few seconds. Count with me. 3, 2, 1, Lego! Super Bot Brothers moving out a big stack of architectural units. In the meantime, Pink Fluffy Unicorns have already successfully placed some of their architectural units in the black circle near the crane. Retooling that bot, going to get ready for the next move. Oh my goodness, Super Bot Brothers, a huge stack there. Let's see if they can remain upright for the remainder of the game. Not only do they have those architectural units out there, but they've got some sustainability upgrades on top and one of their innovative architecture pieces. They're now trying to put some blocks on the top of the treehouse. Oh, and one stayed. Nicely done. Pink Fluffy Unicorns, in the meantime, have been out, interacted with the safety factor unit. And, trying to flip that elevator, weren't quite successful. All right, both teams retooling their bots. Back in the launch pad, we're down to just over 1 minute of play. Headed for that elevator again, didn't quite get it, hung up on the swing. Robot out of control. Super Bot Brothers, they're there at the crane. Oh my goodness, Super Bot Brothers brought down the blue block on top of the second. If they can push those into that blue circle, well done, Super Bot Brothers. Back home, retool that bot. Pink Fluffy Unicorns, they've got some architectural units with a sustainability upgrade. Looks like they're gonna head out for that red circle. Let's see if they can get there successfully. Oh, so close. So close. They may have an opportunity to nudge that back in. Let's try to see if they're going to try that. Super Bot Brothers, in the meantime, headed for the traffic jam. 30 seconds. Oh, yeah, the Pink Fluffy Unicorns were successful moving those architectural units into the red circle. Meanwhile, Super Bot Brothers, oh my goodness, Super Bot Brothers flipped the traffic jam out of the way and narrowly missed their architectural units. The safety factor they knocked over, but they successfully deployed the swing. I think they were attempting to hit the elevator as well. And we're done with time! Such an exciting match. Lots of action on the part of both teams. Let's hear it for the Pink Fluffy Unicorns and the Super Bot Brothers. All right, a single team match this time with Team 5 again, Canview Middle School Cougars, and your 1 minute setup time begins right now. Down to just 6 matches remaining in our robot game today. Got 30 seconds of setup time still remaining here for Team 5. Let's see what the Cougars have in mind for this round of action. Down to 10 seconds of setup. And ladies and gentlemen, count with me because we're going to be ready in 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, the Cougars moving that set of architectural units out to the black circle with the sustainability upgrade. That was an easy move for them. Let's see what they've got in mind next. Notice how they use some Legos there to gauge the location of their robot. Again, the setup location is critically important for the successful deployment of these moves. All right, their little arm in place there. They're heading straight out across the board, heading for that swing. And they were able to liberate the swing. That's great. Back home, they can retool that bot and do yet another move. Still got plenty of time on the board with 1 minute and 43 seconds remaining. Looks like they're going to head for the crane this time. Got that arm down, ready to go. Out to the crane. Oh, didn't quite make it. Back home. I think they're going to try that move again. Double checking, making sure they've got the right program. Heading for the crane, flip. Oh, just missed that lever. So close. Just over a minute left to play here, Cougars. 1 minute. Headed back out across the board. Oh, they were headed for the traffic jam there. Again, the goal is to flip that traffic jam up out of the way. Weren't quite able to do that. Retooling yet again. 45 seconds left to play here today. All right, the Cougars back across the board. Oh, headed up onto the bridge. And deploying one of the flags. Nicely done, Cougars. Still 20 seconds left to play, but they are done because the robot is up on the bridge there, so we'll let a referee score. Let's hear it for the Cougars from Canyon View Middle School. We've got about 30 seconds or so left of that match. All right, this next match, 1 minute of setup time, begins right now. We've just got Team 6 this time. Team 6 again is the Ice Bots, sponsored by Washington County 4-H. This team performing pretty well here today. Significant points up there on the board for the Ice Bots. Looks like a high score of 210 for them. Currently in 4th place. Let's see what they can do this round. Perhaps improve their standing. We're down to 30 seconds of setup time. Fifteen seconds left, team. 15 seconds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, count with me. The match begins in 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, the Ice Bots quickly moving out into the board there. Very quickly moved the traffic jam out of the way. Easy move for that team. Back to home, retooling that bot. Looks like they've got their innovative architecture up next. That piece they built out of white Lego bricks. They're going to move that out onto the board. It needs to get into one of those circles. And that was an easy move as well, successfully getting that done. Move number 3, let's see what they've got in mind. Again, retooling that bot. A big stack of red architectural units coming out into the launch pad. The goal is to get those into that red circle over at the foot of the bridge. See if they're going to be able to successfully do that. seeming very cool and calm and collected here. Up they go. I'm not sure if that was exactly the move that they had intended. Going to retool there. Just over 1 minute of play, Icebots. 1 minute left to go. Another stack of architectural units coming out there onto the board. Let's see if they can get those out into one of the circles in the 45 seconds or so that remains in this match. All right, Icebots, let's see what you can do. Out onto the playing field, into the black circle. Not sure how many of those count. We'll leave that up to the referees to decide. And it looks like the Icebots are satisfied with their performance. Let's hear it for the Icebots, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we've got the Incredibots going head-to-head with Lego X. Just a few seconds left remaining of that previous match, and then we'll start our setup time. All right, team setup time begins now. 1 minute of setup time. All right, again, we've got Lego X. Team 11 going head-to-head with Team 1, the Incredibots. We're getting down to the end of our competition here today. Just 4 matches left to play, including this one. Point totals accumulating there on the board. Currently, Super Bot Brothers in the lead, a high score of 375 points. Incredible score today. Incredibots, who are out right now, are currently in 3rd place. Also doing very well. 15 seconds of setup time, 15 seconds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are down to 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, Incredibots moving out onto the board, as well as Lego X. Lego X already getting some of their architectural units in one of the circles. Incredibots, I missed their move there. I think they were headed for the crane. Too much to keep track of here on the playing field today. Lego X accumulating some of those architectural units, moving those out onto the playing field. Incredibots going to deploy that crane there. Nicely done, spun that around. They can now, oh, very good. They've got those 2 blocks stacked on top of one another. A good move. Lego X, oh, they moved them into the blue circle. Incredibots doing very well. Lego X attempted to move some of those architectural units out into one of those circles. Didn't quite get them inside the circle. Incredibots, though, retooling. What are they headed for? Different tool on the front of their robot. I think they're headed for the... Nope, I thought they were headed for the traffic jam, but instead they're headed over for... Oh, I think they were headed for the elevator. Stopping that elevator before it gets hung up on any of those other elements. Team Lego X is satisfied with their performance here, so they're going to stand back and wait for the end of the time here. Incredibots still hard at work, 54 seconds left to play. Some of those architectural units getting stacked up there in front of their bot. Again, the levels increase the number of points that they can accumulate. Moving those out toward the black circle. Got those there, back home. 30 seconds still left to play. And they're going to take advantage of every second there, moving some additional architectural units into the front of their bot. 20 seconds left to play, team. Going to deploy that bot. See where they're headed with these units. That red circle, it looks like, and they're there, and they're back home, and still 3 seconds, 2, 1, and time! Let's hear it for the Incredibots and Team Lego X. Great performances by both teams. Next up, we've got Team 4, Gunnison Valley Middle School, The Beast, going head-to-head with Team 10, the Coral Creators. All right, and your 1 minute setup time begins right now. Again, the Coral Creators and the Beast. Both teams involved in their 1 minute of setup. Getting their robots into place, getting those architectural units organized. Again, it's all about the strategy here, folks. Got to be ready for each successive move if they're going to accumulate the maximum number of points. Down to 27 seconds of setup time. And 15 seconds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the match begins in 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, both robots out into the field. The Coral Creators already successfully depositing some of those architectural units. The Beast did the exact same. Both teams with sustainability upgrades on their architectural units. Both teams retooling, setting up, going out for the next move. The Beast successfully put their innovative architecture out into a circle there near the base of the treehouse. Coral Creators moving another big stack of architectural units out into the gray circle there. The Beast resetting up another big stack of architectural units. Going to head across the board, probably for that red circle, given those red units. Coral Creators look like they're going to take the advantage of that same move. The Beast successfully deploying their units there, and the Coral Creators doing the same. Both teams also having some sustainability upgrades on their units there. The Beast is satisfied with their performance, stepping back from the board. Coral Creators are done as well. So we'll let our referees score these boards. Let's hear it for the Coral Creators and the Beast. All right, our next match is going to be the Fantastic Dragons going head-to-head against the Pink Fluffy Unicorns. Second to the last match of the day. Slightly ahead of schedule. We'll wait just 1 minute before our setup time begins. All right, teams, your 1 minute setup time begins now. Pink Fluffy Unicorns going head to head here with the Fantastic Dragons. I almost said Pink Fluffy Dragons. That could be a team too. Nothing fluffy about this dragon team today. They're here for blood. Currently sitting in second place. All right, 30 seconds, teams, 30 seconds. Ten seconds of setup time. And the match begins in 3, 2, 1, Lego! All right, Fantastic Dragons right out on the board, manipulating that crane right away. Oh, lowering that blue block. Weren't quite able to stack them, even though they are in the blue circle. Pink Fluffy Unicorns got some of those architectural units stacked up, ready to go. Let's see if they can get those out to the circle. Plenty of time left in the game here, still over 2 minutes. Fantastic Dragons accumulating their bunch of architectural units for their move. Pink Fluffy Unicorns got their units out into that circle and they're headed back home, gonna retool. Oh, nicely done. Fantastic Dragons got their tan blocks in the tan circle, so extra points to be gained there. Pink Fluffy Unicorns working on some programming issues there on their robot, trying to get ready for their next move. Fantastic Dragons, they are ready to rock and roll, getting that next set of architectural units inside the front of their robot, heading for that red circle, it looks like. Pink Fluffy Unicorns headed for that elevator, weren't quite able to flip it, got hung up there on the safety factor element, back home to retool. Fantastic Dragons got the red blocks in the red circle, now gathering a bunch of additional blocks, headed for that black circle over near the crane. Easily done by that team. We're down to just under 1 minute of play. Pink Fluffy Unicorns got another bunch of architectural units headed out onto the board for that smaller black circle. They got those there. Nicely done, Pink Fluffy Unicorns. Fantastic Dragons gonna move toward that other circle with some more architectural units. Let's see what they can do here. Oh, that was their innovative architecture. That's a signature move for this team. Down to 30 seconds to play. 30 seconds, teams. Pink Fluffy Unicorns still have one move up their sleeve here, headed for that elevator. Not quite in line, hung up there on the treehouse. Looks like the Fantastic Dragons are satisfied with their performance. They've stepped back away from the board. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Let's hear it for the Pink Fluffy Unicorns and the Fantastic Dragons. Super Bot Brothers remaining in the lead there, followed by the Fantastic Dragons in second place and the Incredibots in third place. This brings us to our last match of the day, and I'm getting the thumbs up from the referees. So Incredibots are going head-to-head against some team that I can't remember, team number 8. Oh my goodness, the Diamondback Defenders, your setup time begins right now. All right, 30 seconds remaining, 30 seconds. Super Bot Brothers have this signature move that they do with this huge stack of architectural elements. See if they can pull it off again. We're beginning in 1 second and begin. See what we can do here. Oh, nice job. The Diamondback Defenders are able to flip over the elevator there. That was an easy move for them. Oh, the Incredibots, not as successful as they've been on earlier deployments there. They did take all those architectural elements out onto the board, but they lost a few. They do have their innovative architecture out there, though, in that circle. That's going to give them some points. Let's see what they're able to keep doing here. It looks like they're heading for the treehouse. Not quite successful that round. If you remember the last game, they were able to get some of those blue blocks into the treehouse. Not successful this round. The Diamondback Defenders accumulating some of their architectural elements, going to move those out onto the board. In the meantime, the Super Bot Brothers retooling their bot. Looks like they're headed for the crane. See what they can pull off here. Oh, yeah, there was an issue with the crane. It wasn't the fault of that team. They were able to move those blue blocks into the blue circle. Diamondback Defender is able to get those architectural units into the circle. They're retooling with some additional architectural units. Super Bot Brothers, let's see what they've got planned next. Diamondback Defenders, their units fell down. They did still manage to get some into the circle, but lost a few points by not having them upright. Super Bot Brothers were attempting to remove the traffic jam. 30 seconds, teams, 30 seconds. Weren't successful on that first deployment. Let's see if they can send out the robot again. A very easy move that time for that team. Moved the traffic jam out of the way. If they can squeeze by their architectural units, which they did, headed for another element on the board. Diamondback Defenders moved out some of their architectural units. And we're almost out of time. Here we are at 1 second and time. Let's hear it for the Super Bot Brothers and the Diamondback Defenders. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our last match of the day. Let's hear it for all of our competitors here in the robot game. Well done, some incredible performances here today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to need just a few minutes for the judges and the referees to get together and tally points. We'll be right back out here in a few minutes for the award ceremony, so just stay tuned. About 10 minutes out from the award ceremony.
Bring your card check over here. You want to wait until it's okay. Okay. It's just all the wires under there. Off on right now? Everything else just wait on it now? There's not much more we can take down. Okay. I have a camera. Does that look down? I have the camera. Kept the tripod from landing it. I don't know actually. There was a chair. Well, I don't know what I can do. I can try and stop him from going anymore. I stepped and I hit it and apparently got pulled down on the chair. Because I was still on the chair.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are so close to wrapping this up here and presenting our awards. We need just a couple of minutes. We're going to begin with the parade of teams. So we're just making sure that the teams are all ready to go back in the pits. As soon as they are ready to rock and roll, we will do this. Who's had a great time today? Woo-hoo! Such great work by all of our competitors. Some impressive activity during the robot game, some impressive projects, great demonstration of core values. It's been a really fun day. Thank you everyone for your participation. Alright, so it looks like some of our teams already went out and sat in the audience. We're going to dispense with the parade, but we do want to recognize each and every one of these teams. So team, when we announce your team name, let's have you stand up and give us a big holler and a wave, okay? So team number 1, the Incredibots. Here they are, coming out in their capes. Team number 2, the Super Pop Brothers. Team number 3, sponsored by Washington County 4-H, the Fantastic Dragons. Team number 4, from Gunnison Valley Middle School, the Beast. Team number 5, the Canyon View Middle School Cougars. And team number 6, also sponsored by Washington County 4-H, the Ice Bots. From Diamond Valley Elementary, we have 2 teams. First of all, team number 7, the Pink Fluffy Unicorns. And they're joined by team number 8, the Diamondback Defenders. Team number 10 from Coral Canyon Elementary, the Coral Creators. And last but not least today, team number 11, also from Coral Canyon Elementary School, Team Lego X. How about one more giant round of applause for all of our teams today? All right, teams, let's invite you up here in the front. Why don't you guys come sit down here on the floor. Bring your props with you. Find a place to get nice and comfy here for a few minutes. All right, teams, who had fun today? Great day of competition. All right, as we begin our awards ceremony this afternoon, I'm going to ask that all of the coaches and mentors of these teams please stand. Yeah, let's give them a huge round of applause. These coaches and mentors are the special volunteers who have spent hours each week with the teams. They have inspired, encouraged, and motivated, all the while demonstrating and modeling gracious professionalism. Teams, Why don't you thank your coaches one more time and show them how much you appreciate all they've done for you. Nice. All right, as we begin our awards this afternoon, we are going to begin with the Volunteer Award. Thanks, Laurel. She keeps me straight. All right, so the Volunteer Award today. This volunteer looks good in stripes. They've been doing FLL longer than anyone here in the room. They've adopted teams and kids along the way, and has shown passion, and his passion for robots is sharp. We'd like to thank this year's Volunteer Award, Ken Possible, otherwise known as Ken Keen. I hope you all understand how much hard work and dedication Ken has put into this over the years. He's been doing this longer than any of us, and really is one of the driving forces for LEGO League in this part of the state. So we're so thankful to Ken. One more big round of applause for him. All right, our next award is the Innovation Project Award. Judges look for teams whose quality research, innovative solutions, community sharing, and presentation best reflect an in-depth understanding of the scientific disciplines involved with the project. In order to be eligible to win this award, each team was required to identify a problem with a building or public space in their community. And the judges had this to say about this very deserving team. This team was sure matchy-matchy. Their project really brought the house down. Stop, collaborate, and listen. It's the ice spots, baby! Congratulations, ice spots. Well done. And now on to our Robot Design Award. In this category, judges look for teams whose design work stands out. Judges evaluate mechanical design, innovation, programming effectiveness, and team strategies for solving missions to assess overall design quality. The judges said this about this award-winning team. They swooped in with an incredible attachment connector that never failed, and their bumper held things together to be speedy and accurate. This team was masked from the beginning. The winner for robot design are the Incredibots! Team number 1. The Robot Performance Award recognizes a team that scored the most points during the robot game. Teams have a chance to compete in at least 3 2.5-minute matches, and their highest score counts. Check out that scoreboard up there. With a high score of 375 points, the Robot Performance Award goes to the Superbot Brothers from the Hurricane Intermediate School. Some impressive work by this team today. Did you see them push out all those architectural units onto the board every time? Really incredible work. We now come to our Core Values Award. First Lego League presents this award to the team that best demonstrates extraordinary enthusiasm and spirit, inspiration, exceptional partnership, and the utmost respect to its own teammates and in its support and encouragement of fellow teams. The judges had this to say about this cohesive group. This team lit the way in core values. They were doggone great when presenting. And when it came to helping others, they did a fantastic job of not dragging their feet. The winner of core values is the Fantastic Dragons! All right, I know everyone is waiting patiently to learn what team has earned the most coveted Champions Award. Our Champions Award winning team will receive an advancement to the first LEGO League Utah South Championship, which will be held in St. George on the 1st of February. Before we announce our final award, though, let's take a quick moment to acknowledge those teams who are with us for the last time. So, please stand if you are aging out of First LEGO League at the end of this season. Yeah, some of these kids are getting too old. We hope to see you all at our first Tech Challenge, or first robotics competition next year. Let's give them a round of applause. Thanks, Team The Beast. Now let's hear it for our first alumni. If you are a coach, volunteer, or supporter with us today and graduated from the first program, please stand or give a wave. Let's see who you are. I know there's a bunch of them hanging out back here. Teams, let's give them a big round of applause for their help with the event today. And all of you guys down here in the front, we hope that you join the ranks of all of those people in the future, because it's all of these volunteers that make this program work. All right, Laurel's saying we got to drag this out before we announce the champion. Two things. First of all, teams, if you want to take pictures, you can do that in front of the first sign right over here when we're all done. And I think the last thing, coaches, you can pick up your judging packets. I don't see him. Where'd he go? James. Oh, here he comes. He's right here. So coaches, when this is all said and done, he has all of your packets right there. It cannot be a team member. It needs to be a coach who picks those up, okay? All right, finally, we come to the Champions Award. The Champions Award recognizes a team that embodies the first LEGO League experience by fully embracing our core values while achieving excellence and innovation in both the robot game and the innovation project. The judges had this to say about the Champions Award team. As this team has progressed, their path has gotten brighter and brighter. Their blocks have helped them pave the way. They're no strangers when it comes to gaming. And each member of the team is a real character. The Champions Award goes this year to the Superbot Brothers! Congratulations, Superbot Brothers. All right, the last thing, the following teams, including our Champions Award winner, will move on in competition. So let me list off all of those teams who will advance. Team number 1, the Incredibots. Team number 2, the Superbot Brothers. Team number 3, the Fantastic Dragons. And team number 6, the Icebots. How about one more huge round of applause for all of those teams advancing? Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our event today. Thank you one and all for your participation, and let's Lego!